We're about 10 days into August and already coming across some of the biggest mobile games of 2023. If you have been catching up with the previous videos this month, I've managed to gather some of the best, in addition to 10 huge new games released specifically these past few days for your Android and iOS devices, online and offline games. Let's take a look. Monster Hunter Now, the game, actually hits 1 million pre-registrations in less than 24 hours. This is so far into 2023 the biggest reception on any mobile game, and even though it's in its soft launch phase, it's already meeting so much positive acclaim on websites. Monster Hunter Now is an action RPG made by Capcom Official, and the difference between the mobile game and the previous iterations of this franchise is that it now uses a premise similar to Pokemon Go, where you fight creatures with different weapons and characters, then level up and improve yourself with the rewards. Available for the price of $5 on both the Google and the App Store. This is just a quick mention, as like I mentioned, the list was supposed to be a free-to-play one. However, Slaughter, the Lost Outpost over here, came out earlier today and seems to be one of the best-looking action shooters on the platform right now. Right up there with games such as Ashfall in quality. This is a single-player offline survival shooter and a series of games that started life on the Play Store about 7 years ago to this day. The new game over here is much bigger in scale, story, graphics, and even supports a controller.
Plunged into misery and suffering.
On a bigger scale, Dawnlands, which I've actually mentioned just a few days ago after being around for months on the Play Store, is now finally available worldwide in the Western regions as well. This game is already downloaded almost 1 million times since 24 hours ago on the Play Store officially. If you missed it, Dawnlands is an open-world survival crafting game that promises cross-platform multiplayer with PCs as of yesterday. Technically, so far gathered over 3 million registered players, is probably the biggest game in scale in the list. It's playable online though, takes down about 1 to 2 gigabytes of storage. Now, Warcraft Rumble has actually entered another testing phase and you can play it right now if you do have a VPN. However, if you are in the Western regions, and then all you have to do is connect to an Eastern region like Philippines, and all the progress you make will be then moved to your final account, which is going to be technically released officially next month. Guys, Warcraft Rumble, if you miss out on, is a free-to-play top-down strategy, almost tower defense and feel, combined with MOBA, like games such as the League of Legends, with a single player, a multiplayer, and the whole 9 yards right in there. This game's over 300 megabytes in total right now. This is actually how it looks. Released a couple of weeks ago, already downloaded almost 500,000 times on the Play Store. Number 6, we have Netmarble's latest mobile game, Grand Cross Age of Titans. This is a anime MMO real-time strategy and somewhat a sequel to Grand Cross Original. Age of Titans was released globally today, though it's been in its alpha phase ever since and offers a totally different large-scale battle system, several mods to play a single-player campaign and a multiplayer. It's an online game that takes down about 1.3 gigabytes of storage. Now, available through off and on betas since literally last year. Number 6, we have on both the Google and the App Store an almost 5 out of 5 in rating, Koei Tecmo's one and only Dynasty Warriors Overlords. This is actually one of the biggest hack and slashers on the platform and one of the biggest in scale. Guys, Overlords is actually adapted from Dynasty Warriors 7 and Extreme Legends in content. You can try it as of just 2 days ago globally. It's actually got a new patch that got rid of all the bugs as well, and it's offered all the way free. Number 7, coming as its developer's first work, we've got over here a running and action platformer going by the name Falling Tiles. A game so positively received that made it over to the App Store about a day later of its initial release. It has over 10,000 downloads on the first day. On the Play Store, nothing really much to talk about. If you're going for it, it's about 400 megabytes in size, playable both online and offline, and it's free all the way. On the other hand, Netflix just brought back a legendary game on both platforms as an offline, also free to play, Netflix original however, which requires a Netflix account, the old Cut the Rope franchise now daily. It's a physics-based adventure that was probably one of the cornerstones of mobile gaming back when the touchscreen was just invented. Now this is not the old game, it's actually a spin-off of the franchise from Zebtolab that offers daily physics puzzles and a batch of new content that's going to be released every month. Here's a trailer in case you missed it. Now, back on the player source since yesterday, already over 50,000 players back to play it. Number 9, we have Rise of Cyber. It's a very well received action strategy RPG that was initially released on the player store around January this year. This game then later on picked up some issues, was removed, and now here with no problem finally. It's a turn-based action RPG, as you can see, set about 100 years set after the Cyberpunk 2077's premise about some deadly virus that barely left anything on Earth. Rise of Cyber is an online game though, it's about 1 GB in size and it's free all the way. Number 10, no longer in active development, available on both Google and the App Store since last week, although coming over in English globally next month, we've got Sword of Convallaria, also titled to Sword of the Lily of the Valley. This is one of the best looking pixel art tactical based action RPGs that's ever landed on mobile, but all things considered, though besides the graphics, this game still needs a lot of work. It's right now rated a 3 out of 5 for its gameplay, but it's getting support almost every day, and we're gonna go back to it about a week from now to see how things work. On the other hand, we've got Invincible, Guardian the Globe, coming as a Ubisoft original. Same folks behind the previously mentioned Assassin's Creed codenamed Jade. This game is an idle squad-based RPG set in the Invincible universe, featuring a new story never seen in the Invincible comics, a whole campaign, team play, daily quests, and much more. The biggest game in hype basically, released yesterday. Snag number 12, mentioned it a few days ago, is available through pre-registration staked and is already regarded in websites as one of the best fighting games of 2023. It's a fighting game, single and multiplayer, with controller support and both playable online and offline. It's coming from a very famous developer, the previously made Basketball Slap, game that's downloaded over 10 million times, offers probably some of the most unique characters and mythology out of this entire genre. Coming up behind that, we have Cabal. This is a social, rather multiplayer open world adventure that's coming as a second AAA of its developers. The game is built, or you could say inspired a lot by Roblox, the recently popular RTX games with voxel-based obstacles and graphics, and you can do many social activities. There's many games and quite a bit of content to get engaged with. Fly, customize your avatar, build a house, vehicles, you name it. It's a free game, about 1 GB of storage. And a couple of quick mentions over here, we have MetaCDM, a game just as big as the previous, in fact bigger. An Android exclusive however, and a very well received one too. If you're into meta world games, what you're looking at over here is a semi-sandbox open world, metaverse based social game that was first released last month to nothing but positive acclaim. It's about 2 GB in size if you're going for it, playable online of course, legit this is how it looks, and it's already downloaded almost 100,000 times with a 4.7 setting on the Play Store. Coming up behind that, we have a Cabal Return of Action. This is an action RPG, or rather described by its developers, a very fast-paced combo-based MMORPG that's available on both platforms since yesterday. Game's already met with many positive acclaim, downloaded over 50,000 times and has a 4.8 out of 5 in rating. In this game you get to choose over 8 different classes, a huge world to explore, heavy emphasis on PvP fights, large-scale battles, and a lot more. Honorable mentions over here, number 16, we have Minilife Tournament, a pre-master, 1945 mid-tinny, and Air Commander. Take a quick look, all the details on the screen, the links to the games down in the description. Thank you for watching. I'll catch up with you guys in a couple of days.
on a uniform.